as you can see, I'm being a bit of a perfectionist on these opening levels, and so we're not getting a ton of runs right now. So we've got a little bit more time to try to get a few through, but we'll have to call it night at some point. The key things that I'm trying to look for are on level 3, I do want to at least get up to the clip within a few tries. I'm ideally coming out of that no less than 3 away from PB. On 4, we're really going for that water cycle. That's an 8-second delta between getting it and not. So that's a huge difference when I'm going for 3 seconds off of my PB right now. My splits are a lie, they're not my PB, but I just didn't have my splits open during my PB attempt, so it's fine. PB is an 11:03. And we're trying to go for a skip on level 6. I won't give up on the run if I don't get it and recover, but I am resetting if I die there because it's just a little too much time lost. So this is sort of the first big test, is we're trying to get the new clip. This clip was something that GamerGuySD found, and the rest of us only found out about it. There it is. Very nice. That worked out great. When the spliced run was released, if you have not seen the spliced run of this game by GamerGuySD, assembled and edited by Zet, it is so cool. It gave us a whole bunch of new stuff to look at for this game, and that clip was one of them. I remember I was watching it, and for some reason I was slightly ahead of the rest of the people watching, and when I got to that, I just kind of exploded. And it was very obvious what part I had just seen. There we go. That skip on 4, that's the water cycle that we're trying to hit. That's the next thing. So this level, ideally we just don't die. There's nothing really new or special about this one. It's just hitting the cycles that you're intending to. But on 6, that's where you'll see me go for something else that's a little bit riskier than what I've gone for in the past and what you would have seen in the record run. Some of these things are also things that unfortunately I haven't had a chance to include yet in my tutorial series on the game. I did do a 25 video series, one for each level of this game, explaining the speedrun mechanics of every single level and sort of what to go for. But it is, there we go, this is the skip there. That is something that's not in the video because it was not something I knew how to do until that spliced run came out about like 4 days before a GDQ run happened. It came out in the middle of GDQ. So there's a couple of those things. So at this point we've gotten the run to where we want it to be, and now we're just trying to play our best from here on out. So you can see that we're not ahead of my PB, but I am ahead of where my 11:03 was. My 11:03 contained none of those tricks and is 6 seconds behind where we're at now. So the rest of this is less about, you know, hitting this one new trick and much more about, can I just play the level cleanly? I'm focusing on just nice, clean gameplay on the cycles that I've practiced over and over and over again. So we missed one there. That's okay. This level does that. It's fine. I could try to go for something there, but I don't want to. Alright, let's do this section again. The downside is once I hit this point, there's not as many spots for me to like look over and read chat. So while I do catch up on chat after every single run, because I do want to see what everyone is saying, this is the point where like I'm starting to take the run more seriously, and I'm going to be a little bit, this was sketchy, I think I make it, I try to make sure I'm a little bit more focused on not dying. Did you catch that? Oh, the piano thing. Okay. You may have had a hand in starting the meme. Well, there we go then. I like how I say, oh, I can't read chat anymore, and it's like, wait a second, I can do that here. Whee. My other speedrunning game that I play is Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS. I will be attempting to show that off on Hotfix tomorrow, but it's been a while since I've run it, and the Hotfix show that I'm on is called Mercy Kill, which is basically, hey, let's find out if you can still run this game. So there'll be a countdown happening instead of a count up. And I'll be trying to see, am I still good enough to beat this game in under what used to be a very consistent time for me. That game, it's a lot easier to keep up with chat because it's, well, we got the super bounce cycle, let's go. That's actually a fast one, which is really good. That one, it's a Mario game, so there's a little bit more time in between levels. Love 3, as you can see, and as you know if you've played it, there is no downtime between levels. As soon as you finish one level, the next one starts, so gotta be going fast. But that's one of the things that makes it so rewarding is you just, there's stuff to do. There are definitely some cycles that, of course, are a bit slower, but yeah. In this section, like, I'm just holding a direction, but I'm scared anyway. Sometimes the game is scary. Oh, that's technically a small new thing. Checkpointing there instead of bouncing twice is technically potentially a small time save, but it's not really worth enough to be worried about the fact that that's not my tutorial yet. Alright, jump here. Fun fact, this was one of the demo levels. Okay. Let's try to get this correctly this time. There's like a safer way to set this up that I don't do. Oh, we're safe. So if the bottom block is broken, you're safe. Usually that's not what happens, and there's a way to make sure the bottom block gets broken, but it is a slight delay and I'm not consistent at it, and I haven't learned it yet. So I might figure that out at some point if I keep struggling with this level, but that's a huge extra spot. Like, that was rough. So this is unfortunate. You see that block there at the top of the trampolines? I don't want that there. Because now I have to do... Yeah. I have to do that. Oh, I didn't quite make that. Which is unfortunate. You can see we lost a lot of time to that. Yeah, so that's one of those levels, I think that's 13. That's one of the levels later on that just is absolutely a huge test because a lot of the mistakes you make on there, a lot of the things you don't quite pull off, they lose you a ton of time compared to mistakes on other levels. Like the mistake here is also pretty bad, but this level's more consistent. 13 is just very precise and very punishing at the same time, so that's definitely a run killer. So is this for obvious reasons, but thankfully we got it first try, so we're not worried about that one right now. I didn't get very far, that's okay. Oh, then we get back to this one, which isn't so bad. For this one, you can sorry, now I'm just talking about this game. Have I mentioned I like this game? Have I mentioned that, oh shoot, we're on backup cycle now. Have I mentioned that I like talking about this game and that it's really cool and it's a really fun game to speedrun and everyone should try speedrunning it? I like this game a lot. I think we're still good. I don't think I died too late to that. Yeah, we're fine. So for this one, I talked about before, I'm still on the correct cycle even though I made those mistakes just because this level, that ending cycle is so lenient because of how long it is to catch. Whee! Jumping over barrels. Fun fact, we did get confirmation from the developer Fred Wood himself that the green level with all the barrels, I think it's level 8, is actually Donkey Kong inspired, which always made sense, and we'd always like compared it to Donkey Kong in commentary, but we didn't actually have the official comment or confirmation that that was the developer's direct inspiration until recently. See, this would have been a run where maybe it would have made sense to try the checkpoint version instead of the reset version of this level, but I'm just not confident enough with it. Part of the struggle. This is the equivalent of safety mushrooms in Mario. If you've been around long enough to have watched the Mario streams, then this is the equivalent of the safety mushroom debate. In Mario, there are some levels where you can get a mushroom and it's not required, but it's safe to do, right? Like it helps make sure you can survive a hit. It's not used for a death, or not a death warp, it's not used for a damage boost, but there's just enough dangers in the level that it's a decent idea to get one, because if you don't get one and you die, you lose a lot more time than you would have spent getting the item. There's a couple levels in Mario Maker where, realistically, I don't need the safety mushroom and I should stop getting it because it's just a half-second time loss that I really don't need. But the instant I stop getting the safety mushroom, I start dying again. And it's like, oh come on, my hitbox is smaller, that doesn't make sense. But I get so much more nervous about not having that item and not having the safety that I want to have that I play worse without the mushroom. That's how I feel about level 18 in that chapter. That was a really long way to say this, but level 18, the one level we reset on, again, it's not that you... Sorry, I wanted to focus there to get that line up correct. It's not that you... Like, I haven't died on that level at all today, in practice or otherwise. At this point, I'm consistent enough that, like, I should expect that if I do the checkpoint strat, it will work most of the time and be worth it in my attempt to get a sub 11. But as soon as I don't put a checkpoint there, you want to know what's going to happen, chat? I'm going to immediately start panicking, play worse, and die right away. Like, immediately. No question about it. So, while I am not dying and I'm not using the checkpoints that I'm setting, and therefore in theory I should be able to skip putting the checkpoint down, in practice, I just know I'm not ready yet. Am I good? I think I'm good. I'm good. Okay, wait, that's awesome. I usually don't get this cycle. So for that one, if I land on the left side of the trampoline on that eyeball unicycle, that's my signal that I'm in the spot where I won't die on the next section. Again though, as we talked about, my reaction time is abysmal, so I cannot react. Come on, that was a big mistake right there. I cannot react very well to whether or not, wants to go fast, whether or not I'm actually in the right place based on where everything's moving. 1, 2, 3. I actually only track that one and whether or not I'm in a good spot based on where I'm at in that specific trampoline. So like that's the big signal for me, is where I'm at in the trampoline, that I use to determine whether or not I think I can make it through in one cycle or whether or not I should start using safety platforms. It's... I don't know. That's scary. It's gonna be painfully close. My heart is dying right now. If we miss it because of that helicopter mistake, I'm so sad. We might just miss it because of the helicopter mistake. I think we did it. Oh my goodness! Do you see what that time is? Okay. Oh my god. I seriously thought I lost. Okay, I knew I was on good pace. I knew I was on good pace going into the pink helicopter level, and I thought I lost it when I made that death because I had made at least one mistake before then. I thought I lost it right there. And then when I have never been that quiet on stream for that long, but the instant I got into level 25, level 25 under 10 minutes, I knew it was possible, but I had 4 seconds. I knew I had to play the last level perfectly to have a chance. That was a very, like, a 0.1 off of my gold split for 25. I am less than a second. I got it though. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, this is a PB and this is a new world record and this is what I've been trying to do for literally months. Sub 11 has been my goal and we freaking got it. We got the sub 11 time. I am screenshotting this before I forget to do so. Where is my screenshot button? My hands are still shaky. Screenshot. We did it. Oh, this is going to be a super tiny screenshot. I do not even care. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Yeah, hi YouTube. I know I don't have chat on stream for YouTube, but that's okay. Oh yes, thanks to the GGs everyone. Here, I'll put you on YouTube by calling out your username. So thank you for the GGs. Zavras, Jason LaRose, Library Nerd, Power King, La Diano. I'm still not sure if I got that right. Please feel free to tell me how it's pronounced. Liam Piper, Aria Love, thank you so much everyone. You need to start paying attention as soon as you heard the silence. Yeah, that was panicking. All right, well, we just set a new world record in Love 3, the first ever sub 11 time in this game for any percent, and I'm honestly shocked that's the run that did it, not gonna lie, with that helicopter death. So you can see why my sum of best is still 20 seconds faster than what we just did, but we did it.